Hi, welcome back to Rev Matchers. We're here today with a new video to tell you the 5 things that we like and the 5 things that we don't like about this MG4 EV. Before we get started, if you could hit the subscribe button if you like these videos, that will help us to bring you more content like this. Hit the like button, and if you've got any questions or comments, pop them below. Okay, so let's make a start. So first off, these are the 5 things that we love about this car. This is the MG4 SE standard range, and the first thing that we love is the price. Now this car is around about £25,000, which in this day and age for an EV is very, very good and very cheap. That means that with a pretty low deposit you can get this car for around about £300 a month.
So the second thing that we love, or things that we love about this car, is that we love the technology in this car. Now this car comes standard with a lot of technology. This is the standard car, and it comes with keyless entry, which is great, really convenient. Also comes with Apple CarPlay. Now you have to use a wire, it has to be plugged in, but that's a good feature to have. You know, you've got all your maps on there. Also has adaptive high beam assist, so it's going to put the headlights on for you. It's going to put the auto high beam on when it feels that it's safe to do so. So the second thing that we love about this car is the technology.
Okay, number 3. The third thing that we love about this MG4 is the adaptive cruise. So that means you're on the motorway, you're in slow moving traffic, you press this little steering wheel button on the steering wheel, and that will then control your speed based on the car in front. And you can then change the distance between the car in front again on the steering wheel so that you're closer to the car or further away. And we love that. That is number 3.
So the fourth thing that we love about this car is the performance and the drive. Now this car has around 200 horsepower. It's electric obviously, and that has one motor in the back. So it's a single motor rear wheel drive. It's going to give you all of that power instantly. So if you put your foot down, it's going to give you that power straight away. It's great for overtaking, maneuvers, pulling out of junctions. So we love that. Now we love the drive, the steering as well. It's got quite a light steering rack, but I feel that it works in this car, and it's very easy to maneuver. So the fourth thing that we love is the performance and the drive.
Right, number 5 of what we like on this car is the build quality and the looks. There are no squeaks, there are no rattles when you drive in, there's not a lot of wind noise in this car, and for the price, again, that's really, really good. The seats are relatively comfortable, to be honest. I don't have an issue with them, but I know there has been a few arguments over that. But we think the build quality and the looks of this car is really good. This nice leather steering wheel with the stitching, it's quite angular, gives it a real sporty feel along with the lights.
So now it's time to talk about the dislikes in this car and the 5 things that we dislike. Now we found it quite hard to find 5 things that we dislike. We really love this car, so some of the points are a little bit nitpicky. So number 1 on our dislike list is the fact that this car has no rear wiper. Now, which, you know, might not seem like a big deal, but on a morning when it's cold and there's water on the back of the windscreen or it's raining, it can be quite difficult to see out the back. Now also that comes in with manoeuvring the car as well. This car does manoeuvre very well, but if you can't see that well out the back window, and this car doesn't have a rear view camera, so that is the first thing that we dislike about this car.
So the second thing that we dislike about this car is the fact that it hasn't got a rear view camera and it hasn't got front sensors, as Chris has just touched on earlier. So this makes it a little bit more difficult to manoeuvre, although it has got the rear sensors, which makes life a little bit easier.
So the third thing that we dislike is this car doesn't hold its presets. Now, What I mean about that is if you get in this car and you set the car to eco mode, for example, the next time you come and get in the car and restart it, it's not going to be in eco, it's going to be in normal. Now that might seem like a small thing, but if you're going to go on a long journey and you're trying to eke out the maximum range, that could become an issue. So the third thing that we dislike is the car does not hold its presets.
Number 4 that we dislike about this car is the fact that it hasn't got heated seats. Now, that's partly my own fault. I should have upgraded and gone for the trophy version of the car, but I didn't, and I do like that little luxury. So that's just a bit nitpicky. Number 4 that we don't like is that it hasn't got the heated seats. So the 5th and final thing that we dislike about this car, or that I dislike about this car, is the door sill. This affects me more than it affects Chris because I'm only 5'2". But as soon as I get out of this car, I've got to reach so far to get out because otherwise my leg hits the door sill, and I have had a nasty bruise there. But you only do it once. And so that is the 5th thing that I don't like about this car.
So that's going to be the end of this video. That's the 5 things that we love and 5 things that we dislike about this car. If you found that useful, if you have a different opinion perhaps, put it in the comments. If you could like and subscribe, that would help us out a bunch, and it would help us bring you future content. So we'll see you on the next one.